gonna be sweet. Yeah, it's an event called Bob Ross Paints. It's gonna be on Saturday. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna do it via Zoom, and then from there, if you don't have painting stuff, I'm gonna be using a program called Microsoft MS, which is basically an online painter that from like the 90s. It's terrible. Yeah, it's gonna be really funny. Yeah, you should totally go. And invite everyone that you know, because it's going to be open for... What day is it? Oh, it's Thursday. I thought it was Tuesday. Okay. I need to let you go. All right, bye. Cue the intro. Cue the intro. Welcome back to another podcast. Hope you're all doing well. It's April 30th. I looked up the date. It's Thursday, April 30th. Just so you know. Hope you're all doing well. We have another podcast for you today. And this one, I get to tell more stories. Oh, I love telling stories. So, once upon a time, I was in college. I went to Colorado Christian University out in Denver. I could see mountains from my house and stuff. It was sweet. There was no mosquitoes there. It was awesome. And in college, I did what you all called video gaming. I don't do that as much anymore. I play more board games now. There's reasons for that. I'll talk about those later. But I used to play video games all the time. And one game in particular we played as a room was Call of Duty. And now in Call of Duty, you're supposed to prestige every once in a while, which means you go through all the levels, and then you can start over, getting extra perks, go through all the levels, start over, and so on. Yeah, we prestige a crazy amount in a very short amount of time. I want to say like 3 or 4 times in a couple weeks. And I don't know, that's a lot. That is a whole lot. And so with that, we gamed all the time to the point where we were college students, we said to ourselves, we can't continue to live life like this. This is not healthy. This is not a good use of our time, all that stuff. So we quit doing that. I read more. I went hiking. I went bouldering once, which is when you are like 6 feet up and then you boulder sideways. So you climb a mountain sideways, and then if you fall off, you just fall. But we fell into a river, which is really fun. We walked the dog, met with people, and we did all these things, and we had a lot of fun. Like I went on the side, I went up a mountain in my car, Richard the Ford Explorer, and I'm not joking, there was no guardrail. I was a foot away from about a 250-foot drop. We had lots of fun. Lots of fun. But recently I came across a question that I read, and I thought about my own personal life and my own normal life, that is. And the question is, was that a waste? Was it a waste? Was it a waste of time? Is my normal life praiseworthy? Is it worthy of praise? Am I using my normal life, or am I using my normal life for God's purposes? And so that's the question that has been on my mind. Like right now we're in isolation. We're in your walls basically. Like, is that praiseworthy? Are you doing things that are praiseworthy? Or do you have to go do something above and beyond for it to be praiseworthy? Something that is more meaningful, that the Lord looks at and is like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. And I have this idea in my head, and then it sparked a verse in response in 1 Corinthians. So 1 Corinthians 10, verse 31. So let me read it for you. So whether you eat or drink, this is Paul writing this. So whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. Right now, we live in a time, in a particular season of life, where it seems like everyday life is meaningless and it's worth nothing. But Paul is saying, whatever you do, no matter where you eat, drink, whatever you do it all for the glory of God. So that means that our normal lives, our lives in isolation, our lives by ourselves in our walls, we can still use for God's glory. That gives our lives more meaning. It gives our lives purpose. It gives the normal day-to-day stuff praiseworthy attributes to the Lord. And that's a super freeing thought. So when we talk about going to live for the Lord, I'm not always talking about, sometimes I am, but I'm not always talking about going out there and like going to different countries and stuff like that and just being a missionary and stuff. I'm saying right now, where you are, go and be that for the Lord. Go do these things for the Lord. Go and live for Him, no matter what it is, whether it's playing video games online, whether it is spending time with your family, whether it's going for a walk. Go and do it for the Lord. Do it for His glory. And that's a mind shift. It's something that will take your everyday things that you think are pointless and meaningless and just like washing your face. All those things will suddenly have a new purpose because you are doing it for the Lord. You're doing it to the best of your ability. You're doing it in praise of Him. We are supposed to worship Christ in all things as we share Him with all people. Worshiping Christ in all things, it means that all things, everything that you do, you are to worship Christ in. That's where we want to go. That's what we want to be. And that makes the non-essential things that we do, from like eating snacks to interacting with each other, all those things that we can just glance over and say that it means nothing, it gives it meaning. It gives it the ability to be for God. It puts you in mission to live your life, your every day, moment to moment, second by second, to live for Christ. And that is an amazing thing. So, this week, until I see you again, live that way. Live in the way where you are living for Christ and doing everything for His glory. Everything. Go live that way. I hope to see you all on Saturday. We're doing the Bob Ross Paints event. I'm a terrible painter, but if you've never looked at Bob Ross, you should. Happy little cloud. Happy little tree. We don't make accidents. We make happy little mistakes. It's going to be super fun. We're going to be meeting over Zoom, and then we're going to be watching a video and trying to paint it. If you're a terrible painter like me, I'm using Microsoft MS. It's a thing online. It's like from the 1990s. It's terrible, but it'll be funny, and it'll be fun, and it's a good time. So use this time to get in community with each other and just have fun. It's time to let's just have fun together. I hope you're all doing well. Again, if this video gets to 70 views, I'll dye my hair. I'm probably getting a haircut today, so it'll be a little bit shorter, but that's fine. I hope you're all thriving with what you're doing and where you're at. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.